All right, seniors, we're almost to the end of the year, which means graduation. So, in this presentation, I'm going to be talking about a couple different options regarding our graduation ceremony. And I want you guys to know that this is your guys' graduation. This is your special time in your life. And so, we want to make sure that this is as awesome as possible, kind of given the complexities with the COVID pandemic and the requirements that we have to follow in order to make it possible to have a ceremony. So, in the presentation, please pay attention and just weigh the different options and make sure you're thinking through what's going to be best for your family. But ultimately, choose what it is that you would like to do as a graduate. So, we'll just go ahead and hop in here. So, the first option is the football field stadium option. This one, you are allowed more guests. We're going to say that you can have 10 household guests maximum, and we'll provide you tickets. And we can have some space available for some extended family. So, two of your 10 tickets given can be designated for extended family. You'll be assigned, or your family, the household, be assigned a 7 foot by 7 foot square. And so it's really important that in that 7 by 7 square that you make sure the family stays in there. But you'll sit in the stands for the ceremony, so everybody will be kind of looking up at you. And our full ceremony will be live streamed on Facebook Live. So for people that can attend, at least they'll be able to watch you walk across that stage and kind of be there with you virtually. So the senior video in this case, unlike where years past where you all watched the senior video together, we're going to have to do some things differently due to the nature of being outside. It's very challenging for us to show the video on a screen and everybody actually be able to see it. So this year, you'll start off in the gym where you will watch that senior video, and then you'll proceed down to the stands. And what's cool about this is we're going to give every household, a device to watch that video being live streamed, and then watching you come down in the stands is also live streamed. So each family household will have that device to watch that from. And virtual graduates will watch the stream video much like the household guests as well, and be a part of that process. Speeches. So if you're an in-person graduate, you'll give your speech live in front of the football field, guests at the podium. Virtual graduates, you'll need to pre-record your speech and then submit them to be added to the senior video. The gym ceremony option, due to being indoors, we have a few more requirements that we kind of have to meet. So, which means we have fewer guests that we can have. So each graduate can bring 4 household guests. We'll provide those tickets similar to the last one. But with this option, no extended family seating is available. And so we really wanted to figure out a way to maximize the households, and that's what we have to do. We have to cut back on that extended family seating. So you'll have a 4 by 4 foot square marked by tape on the floor, and that's where the guests will sit, and there'll be 55 of those. And they're separated 6 feet. And then, you'll be sitting in the chairs up kind of the towards by the stage. So the full ceremony will be, again, live streamed through Facebook Live for family members and friends that aren't able to be there in person. Again, the video will be playing on the screen, on the stage, just like normal. Speeches will be live for in-person graduates, and then the speeches need to be pre-recorded for any virtual graduates that have speeches to give, and those will be played through that senior video. So, disclaimer: if you choose the football field option as the ceremony option, just know that inclement weather is entirely possible and probable in June. So, if you don't remember last year, we had quite the crazy weather that we didn't really get to finish the entire ceremony because of just the high winds and rain. We could have done it if it was just the rain, but when you start throwing the wind in there, it really kind of makes things challenging. So with that in mind, we have this plan B in case of inclement weather. So basically, if this happens and this inclement weather comes through, we're going to move the ceremony to the gym. But because we're having to make that last minute shift, we can only allow 2 household guests in order to make it all work last minute, get everything done. We can only have the 2 household guests there to make it all work. So, and again, Plan B tickets are indicated when you submit your tickets. The ceremony will still be live streamed, and we will proceed as planned, just like our in the gym plan. So, and a little more information about the Plan B is what it means for the inclement weather. The week of June 7th, so that's the Monday, we'll start really paying close attention to the weather reports and trying to figure out what that Saturday is going to look like. And if it shows inclement weather, which, high winds, heavy rain, hail, etc., if we see that beginning on June 7th, we'll notify everyone that, hey, there's a possibility that we're going to have to go to Plan B. And at that time, we'll be watching the weather report. We'll be kind of keeping everybody updated through that week. But by June 10th, which is the Thursday at 8 p.m., if that weather report shows a strong possibility of inclement weather, and remember, inclement weather is heavy rain, high winds, etc. If by June 10th, 8 p.m., that weather report isn't changing and shows that it's going to be a for sure, we're going to have to make the call to move the graduation ceremony to Plan B in the gym. So just know that if you choose the football field, that this is a possibility. So there is some risk involved in choosing the football field. So some general guest ticket protocols is all names of guests are due by May 26th to Mrs. Darnold. We need these names in order to be in compliance with Washington State. And so for contact tracing purposes, we have to have the names of all of the guests that are being provided tickets. The football field option, as I've said, you'll receive 10 tickets total to pass out to household family members. Household family members are defined as individuals that reside in your same household or another's household, meaning you're not necessarily in that household, but you're inviting that household. So 2 of those tickets, 2 of the 10, can be provided and used for extended family. And with the football field, there's going to be extended family seating areas separated from the squares where the household guests would normally sit. So if there's a extended family, then that will need to be designated on your ticket so that we can put them in the correct area. So for the gym option, again, I've said you'll receive 4 tickets for this for household members, and there are no extended family seating available for that option. So you'll have just the 4 tickets. Plan B, so this kind of goes with the football field option. So if football field option is ultimately kind of chosen, you will need to indicate which 2 household members are the Plan B guests. And it might be a different color ticket or a separate item on the ticket, and that's still to be determined. But we will need to know who those guests are. Tickets will need to be presented at the gates in order for guests to be admitted into the ceremony. Again, this is a critical part of the compliance with graduation ceremonies is we have to have those tickets. So you have a lot to think about as graduates and how you want this to look like. And you'll be asked to fill out a brief little survey on this. And I believe there's a section for some new ideas if you have any new ideas. And and just so you know, like we've already gone through the gym and the football field and laid out the square footage to figure out how many squares we can fit. So we've done a lot of the legwork. We just need to get some direction from you guys. So thank you so much for your time, and fill out the survey. Thanks.